efficiently. If you want a round of applause.
Remember the teenage days? The days where you lived carefree and wanted nothing more than the latest tech, fashion, and trends? But every time you asked, your parents said no. And when you tried taking matters into your own hands, you weren't able to find a reliable and fast way to make that money. I'm Neil Saragi, the CEO and founder of QuickWork. Welcome to the next generation of gig marketplaces where teenagers are able to complete jobs like lawn mowing, dog walking, babysitting, and much more under a quick, engaging, and secure platform that incorporates gamified features with thorough background checks to ensure the safety of your child. QuickWork is meant for teenagers and young adults that are willing to work for some extra cash in their pocket. Our goal is to bring QuickWork to every neighborhood there is in the US and make sure that kids are able to work without the wait. Since I'm a student at Lebanon Trail High School, I can first start to advertise within the school, then start to spread to local neighborhoods, and eventually the DFW Metroplex. As we have plans on launching QuickWork by mid-July of 2027 to maximize the amount of jobs because summer break for students is then, by the end of the year, we are expecting around 15,000 jobs to be completed by December, and as the company grows, we have plans in the next 3 to 5 years to be the most dominant youth market infrastructure in the DFW area, with 200,000 to 300,000 jobs completed per year after our third year. This contributes to our long-term goal of 10 to 15 years, which consists of penetrating the national market completely, while establishing our presence on major metroplexes across the nation. Our metros consist of having 10,000 tasks completed a day, over $100 million generated in revenue throughout a single year, and finally, a user repetition rate of 3, translating to 3 jobs per person. The problem is, how are we going to outcompete other big marketplaces like TaskRabbit, Upwork, and Fiverr? But the solution is simple. We are going to bring a current system that allows for a seamless gamified system integrated with QuickBooks that allows you to promote your jobs and buy new tiers for lower commission rates. DFW has over 8.3 million people, with almost 2 million of them being teenagers and young adults. Even starting small at a school like Lebanon Trail, with 2,000 students and $28 a job per student, we can make $12,000 with a 20% commission rate at any given time with this demographic, proving the scalability of QuickWork in a short period of time. We can reach students, teenagers, and young adults through social media and public events to start bringing popularity to the platform. QuickWork doesn't operate financially on a per job scale, but per transaction. A transaction is essentially a job, but the money that is spent on a job and the money gained from a singular job. From a surface level standpoint, each transaction costs QuickWork $2 based off a $28 job. This number will vary depending on the cost of the job. After deducting the cost per transaction, QuickWork is left with $4 made per job. With a monthly projection of $28,500 in net profit, translating into yearly projection of $612,000 with an average of 15,000 jobs per month. QuickWork is an enormous platform, which requires the best software engineers, programmers, with UI and UX designers to build such a sophisticated platform. This is why I'm requesting $7,000 to create an MVP along with security, marketing, reserves, and a slide deck for future and larger investments. Thank you for your time and investment towards the first ever youth work infrastructure in the nation.
Thank you for the presentation, Neil. We'll give it off to our panelists for a couple questions.
Yeah, so wonderful platform. Really, my question around it is probably from the legality standpoint. How do you protect kids going to do these jobs, and maybe a kid that doesn't necessarily get consent from their parents to do it, and they might create a profile to earn some extra cash? How do you kind of protect the end user as well as the person that's working on the platform?
Amazing question. I haven't really thought about more of the legal side of things on how to protect the kids by law, but I have thought of ways of when they are chatting with a poster that's trying to post a job, we have a moderation team that checks when they join, how old they are, and since the chat won't close without moderation permission, they shouldn't be able to do job without it being accepted.
Great presentation. I like the way you started. Awesome. So my question is, you mentioned about 12% commission for a transaction. Is that what it is?
Sorry, can you please repeat that question?
Did you say that it's a 12% commission per transaction or something like that?
No, it was 20%.
20%. So I'm not questioning the number, but I am just curious to see how you arrived at that number.
Okay. Amazing question. Thank you. I was really hoping for this question actually. So, are you aware of TaskRabbit, Upwork, and Fiverr? Yeah. So TaskRabbit, they have a 30%, 20 to 30% commission rate, and Upwork and Fiverr on the lower ends of 15 to 20%. So I was thinking starting at 20% is a sweet spot, and then with my new tiers, they can lower their commission rate down to 10% with the highest tier.
All right, thank you, Neil. Great presentation for the quick work. Next up, we have Ritika Villas with Shots.